energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this the 7 C's.
Good morning, my beautiful babies, my beautiful babies. Welcome to Motivate Your Morning with your favorite coach, Sherri Hill. I apologize, you guys, yesterday, but Tuesday night for me, well, let's just say stay out of my business, okay? Y'all don't need to know what happened. But at the end of the day, I apologize for not being here to motivate your morning, but we are right back here. It is Thursday morning, and I want to talk about something that is plaguing a lot of people right now. As a coach, I've been getting a lot of phone calls from people, and most everybody's subject is in the same energy these days, and it is the energy of perseverance. Okay, it is the energy of perseverance. Let's talk about persevering past the pain these days, okay? We have to. And it's like, I don't know if you guys have ever had the chance to read the book, The Alchemist. You will understand this story. And if you haven't read The Alchemist, then it is my highest recommendation to you today is to buy the book, The Alchemist, and go read it. Because if you are a person who is a go-getter, you don't procrastinate, you're going for your dreams, then you will understand that sometimes persevering can become extremely difficult. You will know that being an entrepreneur ain't for the punks of this world, okay? You got to be strong and resilient to be an entrepreneur, because there are many, many times that you will want to give up and have just cause for giving up. But that's where we have to learn to persevere past the pain, past the problems. And that's what I wanted to come and talk to you guys about this morning. Real life stuff, okay? We don't want to sit here and make this stuff so textbook that nobody's understanding what we're saying, nobody's understanding where we're going. Let's talk about real life situations this morning and the power of perseverance past the pain, okay? Because persevering is easy to do when everything's going in our favor, when all the doors are opening, when we're getting all the yeses and all the things are, everything's just moving along the way we want it to. Oh, we're happy then. We're persevering our ass off at that time. But what happens when roadblocks show up? What happens when pain shows up? What happens when it's time for us, we can't go any further until we address our shadow sides? What happens then? It's not so easy to persevere at that time when we are facing some of our darkest moments in our life. But that is the time where strength is gained. That is the time where we learn a new level of strength, a new level of power, a new level. And one of the cards that's coming to my mind right now that's in one of my beautiful oracle decks, it talks about find the magic in the dark moments, okay? Find the magic in the dark moments. What does that mean? That means in the moments where you have never been before, where you have the most fear, use your magic. Use your magic. Use your powers to find a new way out, to find a way to persevere past this problem. Okay, that's coming to me right now. Use your magic. Use your power to persevere past the darkest moments in your life. They're there to teach you. The one thing I've learned is no matter how painful these lessons may be, you have so much to gain when they are over. Okay, they are very painful in the beginning. They are very, very painful. And it's sometimes difficult to make it through these situations. These are those times where you truly want to call it quits. Okay, but that is the time where God is urging you to use your magic and do something different. What is my magic? Okay, your magic is, let's say that you're trying to be, let's say you're trying to be an actor. Okay, you're trying to be an actor and you keep trying out for these roles and finally you make it for one, but something comes up that's trying to block you. Well, instead of you giving up and saying, okay, well, this wasn't for me, use your magic and find a new way out of a new problem. You got to use your magic. You got to get bold. You got to get courageous. You got to be determined to not give up. You got to be determined to get to that goal. This is why we tell you to chase things that you love, because if there's no love present, you will give up because it's too hard. Okay, it's too hard. And if there's no love or passion present, you will let go. It takes passion and it takes love to hold on to difficult situations. Okay, it takes that. Okay, and if there's no love there, you will easily give up on the situation and walk away from it. So it's this moments where you feel like, I can't do this. That is the moment where God is trying to teach you a new power that you have, teach you a new way to manifest, teach you a new way to cope, teach you a new way to find a solution to a problem. So don't give up at those moments. You will want to. It will feel very defeating. You will want to walk away and give up. But my urging to you to this morning is, at that moment, at those darkest moments where you feel like you can't go any further, that is when you are this close to discovering the very thing that you've been chasing. You're this close to winning. You're this close to gaining that next level. But if you stop, you can stop your own progress. Yes, you can stop your own progress, because we are in charge of this play. We are the directors. So if at any time we choose to say cut, everything stops. Everything and everybody in our world stops. So you have to learn how to persevere, even when you feel like you can't move another step. Even when you feel like you can't get out of bed, when you feel like you can't move, you can't communicate, you can't do anything. That is the time where you need to call upon your strength. Call upon God. Get on your knees and pray for strength. Pray for strength. Okay? You have to know that you are never, ever alone. Okay? You are never alone. God has always got your back. I need for you to think about the most difficult times in your life. We've all had them. We've all had difficult times in our life. I want you to think about those difficult times in your life. And this will take us back to the footprints prayer, where we talk about, God, where were you when I was going through this? Where were you when I was going through that? God tells you, I was right there carrying you. You didn't take one step. Every footprint in that sand is mine, because you were in my arms. I was carrying you because you were not able to walk. And what I'm saying to you now is that remember that. Remember that every time that you broke down and could not take another step, God carried you. You can look back on the situations in your life and you can count the miracles in the situations where you know it was nothing but God that brought you through those situations. And in those situations, you need to remember how God carried you. So when you get to those situations or similar situations with the same emotions where you feel you can't make it, you need to remind yourself of how you're being carried at the time. Because life can become very challenging for us. Life can become very difficult for us, especially if we are unwilling to accept what is, if we're unwilling to accept our responsibility in the games that we play. Life will become increasingly difficult the more, what's the word I'm looking for? The more combative we become with life, the more rebellious is the word I'm looking for. The more rebellious we come and dig our heels in, determined to do it our way, even though our way has wrecked us time and time again, but yet our ego won't get out the way. The ego is etching God out instead of allowing you to experience God's opportunities. So now you've wrecked yourself, and now you get up and you want to do it again your way because you are determined that your way is going to win. You're so hell-bent on doing it your way that you just keep bumping your head over and over again, not learning anything from the lessons that you've been through time and time again. Each time you come out of these cycles, you're blaming someone else. This time I'm saying to you, persevere, 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 persevere. When you start to feel the fear and do it any damn way. Okay? Don't let fear or your past hold you back. Persevere past the most darkest moments, because you are this close to achieving your goals. When it gets really hard, when you feel like you cannot do it anymore, know that something amazing is on its way. What if everything worked out the way you've been praying and the way you've been manifesting for it to work out, but you can't see it? Isn't that what faith is all about? Taking steps, not knowing if there is a step. So what if everything you've been praying for, everything you've been trying to manifest, what if it all worked out for you? What if it's all being sent to you right now and you just can't see it? But yet you're pushing it further and further away from you with your negative ways of thinking and your negative outcomes, because you are afraid to persevere past the pain. Past the problems. When you get to these problems, they scare you so bad, they send you spiraling backwards. Instead of catapulting yourself past the problems, over the obstacles, over the hurdles, into your winning. So now you're winning, and that's what this is all about. You want to be able to get past your blockages, your own blockages. And sometimes it may take you taking a pause for a minute to understand the blockages, to trace the trauma, to figure out where the blockages started and why they're there. Sometimes it may take that, but don't stop. Figure it out and then get back on that horse and keep going. You must persevere regardless to what's happening in your life, regardless to what's going on around you. You must persevere. You must. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about this morning. Is I know that sometimes it gets difficult. I know sometimes we're in so much pain that it becomes very difficult to even get out of bed, much less persevere past a huge obstacle in your life. What seems to be a mountain. You this small, standing in front of this huge mountain, trying to figure out how are you going to do this. But you have to remember who slayed the giant. Okay, who slayed the giant? A very little person who didn't think they could overcome this obstacle. But with faith and perseverance, he found a way to overcome this giant. And that's what you have to do in your life. The Bible stories are not there to scare us, to control us. They're there to give us guidance, to show us how people before us have made it through the storms. And you can slay the demons. You can slay the giant with one pebble if you believe. And if you keep on persevering past the fear that you have when you first encounter this giant. You can't let the fear overtake you. You have to get in your feelings and know that no matter how big this problem may seem, you can still win. You can still achieve your goal. You can persevere. And that's what this is all about this morning, babies. Learning how to persevere. No matter what happens in your life, don't give up. And it's going to be times where you are absolutely want to give up. But in those times, reach out to somebody. Call somebody who you know 1,000% has your back. Call somebody who you know is pulling for you. This may be your mother, your sister, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your coworker. I don't know. Each one of us have a different person. Some of these people, they may not be a relative at all. But what I'm saying to you is find that one person when you feel down that you know will have God's answers for you, that will pull you up out of that rut so you can persevere. You will get in ruts. Don't get me wrong. Ruts are coming. We're going to have ruts in our life, but you cannot stay in a rut. You must learn how to come out of that rut and come out of it better. Come out of it. You drop this like somebody dropping you in a bucket of shit and you come out smelling like a rose. And everybody's looking at you like, how does she do this? How does she continue to win? How does she continue to get past the obstacles? It's called perseverance. It's called faith. It's called feel the fear and do it anyway. This morning, fuck the fear. Okay, because guess what? We will be ridden with fear the rest of our life, but are you going to let that stop you from achieving your highest goals? Are you going to let that stop you at the roadblocks? Are you going to let that stop you when hurdles come? Hurdles are coming, baby. Hurdles are coming. Okay, they are coming. You might as well get ready for them because especially if you call yourself doing something great, hurdles, haters, envious people come out of nowhere on your ass. And so my question is, how are you going to handle it? Because another card that's coming to my mind right now is one that says, hey, the chatter in your ear is not going to stop. People trying to take your energy is not going to stop. People trying to play into your insecurities is not going to stop. The question is, how are you going to handle it? And that's what I'm asking you this morning. Persevere past the hate, past the pain, past the hurdles, past the obstacles, past the roadblocks. Persevere so you can get to your end goal. It's you that's in charge of this, and only you can help you get past this. You got to look at yourself with a magnifying glass and say, what is it that I'm doing? What is the fear that keeps stopping me? Is it the fear of not having enough money? Is it a fear of not being accepted? Is it a fear of not having enough subscribers? Is it a fear of not getting enough views if you start a YouTube channel? Look at me. I've had my YouTube channel for 2 years now, and I went from 10, 15,000 views to 50, 60 views, but I am persevering. I will not be stopped. I don't care about those tiny, minuscule things. The goal is to stay focused on the prize. See, these things like that are meant to distract you. These things like that are meant to stop you. They are meant to play into your insecurities and stop you and make you think no one's listening to me. No one cares what I have to say. Oh, yes, they do. And perhaps they haven't found you yet. Perhaps you're being tested to see how loyal you are, if you're really passionate about what you say you want to do. Because passion is the driving force. It's not the money. It's not the fame. It's the passion that you have for what you do that becomes your driving force. And that passion is supposed to help you persevere. That passion will help you get past the problems, the hurdles, the obstacles, the roadblocks. It's going to come. That's the one thing I want you to know this morning, is that you're going to be faced with roadblocks. You are not alone. It happens to every single human being on this earth. So don't get to feeling like, oh, I'm all alone. Every time I try to do something, something tries to stop me. You're damn right it does. It tries to stop all of us. There are people who are put here on this earth to do just that. They are in their devil energy, and all they do is sit around their house all day casting spells and wishing and gossiping and running their damn mouth about other people. But my question to you is that, are you going to let that stop you? Are you going to let other people, are you going to let your own insecurities stop you? No, we're going to persevere past it all. We're going to persevere past it all. You don't worry about nothing except the mission that God put you on, and you let him do the rest. You don't worry about the minute details along the way. You get up every day and you do what it is that your heart desires. You do whatever it is that drives that passion in you. You get up every day and you worry about that and that alone. And when the problems come, you find a way around them. But you also examine yourself to see why these particular problems, especially if they are repeated problems, why you keep having these type of encounters. Because there's a reason for that. It's those repeated cycles where lessons are not being learned, so you keep getting those same scenarios over and over and over again. So perhaps before you can go to the next level, there's shadow work that needs to be done. There's things about you that needs to be released. And this may be some of the reasons why you're running into roadblocks and stagnation, because you're not ready to go to the next level. But it's up to you to determine what's stagnating you and keeping you from getting it to the next level. Is you not learning lessons, or is it you having so much fear that you are too afraid to take the next step? Whatever it is you. It is you, whatever it is. I'm your Tease Coach. You know I love to come here and keep it 1,000 with y'all. Keep it really real, okay? That is what it is all about, all right? We keep it 1,000 on here. We keep it real, because sugarcoating stuff doesn't work here, okay? Sugarcoating doesn't heal. Okay, we want to heal. We don't want to cover nothing up. We don't want to sweep anything under the carpet. We want to expose the elephant in the room, and we want to heal. And that's what this morning show is all about, and I love sharing it with y'all. I cannot wait to come back here tomorrow, because it's Friday. Yes, it's Friday. Y'all know on Friday we do some type of self-check situation where we look at ourselves and say, what do I need to do to check me? Okay, what do I need to do to take care of me this weekend? How can I be with me this weekend? That's what the Friday's messages is all about. So I'll be right back here to give that to you on Friday morning. And again, if you're in Orlando, Florida, don't forget, I will be in Orlando, Florida next weekend. So if you would like to come and meet and greet with me, I would love to put my face in your face and hug that beautiful waist, okay? I love you guys, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. Mwah!